Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Buff Life. My name is Buffy, and I'm just starting this new YouTube channel. The reason I decided to start this new channel was because of the things that have happened to me in my life. And I've talked to many people who just told me that I need to share the information because a lot of people meet me and they don't realize that I'm going through particular things or things have happened to me. So I'm going to be sharing those on this YouTube channel, as well as current life situations that are happening. Now, I thought I'd just take this time to introduce myself to you and tell you a little bit about myself so you can kind of become familiar with me, and hopefully you'll click the subscribe button and decide that you want to be a subscriber. So, like I said, it's called The Buff Life, and basically I'll be talking about various subjects. It's not going to be set on one particular thing. I am currently writing a book as well, and it's about my life as well. And it's not really meant for me to publish it, but in speaking to other people, they told me that I do need to publish it. So I'm thinking about doing that for sure. I've actually spoken to a couple of publishers, and they're really interested in it. So you might see that develop out of this as well. I also have a blog site that I have created where I go on and post different things and on different topics. Some of them have short stories, and others are experiences that I've had in my life. So I'm going to put that information in the description. So you'll be able to click on that and read that if you'd like, and also become a subscriber there if you'd like. And I'm also as well currently in school because I'm currently in the medical field, but I'm basically furthering my career in the medical field for billing and coding and health information technology. So I'm going to school online. It's 2 full-time courses, and it's hard work, trust me. And with all that being said, the big thing that's got me here is back in December of 2003, I was diagnosed with end-stage renal disease. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, it's when your kidneys completely fail you. So it was a big change in my life. And so now I'm currently on dialysis. If you don't know what that is, that's where a machine literally cleans the toxins and fluids from your body. Now, it's not painful, but it is very, very taxing on your body. And basically, what it is you have tubes that go into your body. One pulls your blood out, takes it into the dialysis machine, and then the other one puts it back in. And when you're going through this process, you are extremely cold. And you might have other issues associated with it because kidney failure and your kidneys just not working affects all the systems in your body, from your skeletal to your muscular to your digestive to your nerves, everything. And you go through various signs and stages and symptoms during your kidney failure that sometimes just seem baffling or unexplainable, but it's all a part of the disease. And so what I was going to tell you about the most here is that right now I'm currently trying to get on a transplant list. I live in the state of Texas. I moved here to Houston almost 3 years ago. I have been trying to get on this list for a while, only because it's a lot of things that have happened. When I got here, like and moved, Hurricane Harvey hit, and I lost everything in Hurricane Harvey. So it's like rebuilding your life all over again. So doing that, and then when I lost everything, I also lost the ability to go places because I didn't have a car to go back and forth. And you literally need a car here in Houston, trust me. So that was a challenge, but now I'm trying to go through the process of getting on the transplant list. So I'll be transparent with that and try to take you when I go to visits and when I'm doing my dialysis treatment. I'm probably going to film one of those so you can kind of see what that's like. So you have an idea of what I'm talking about when I say I go through different things. I'm also going to be talking about what it feels like in the medicines and things that you have to go and be on during dialysis, or actual medicines that you take for kidney transplant, because when you get a kidney transplant, you now have to take a boatload of medications. And I say that because what they're going to do is put you on immunosuppressive drugs, because if you get an organ from someone else, that's not your own organ. So your body fights it off like it's a disease. It's like it's fighting a virus or something in your body. So your body starts to fight against that kidney that you just got. So what they do is the immunosuppressive drugs suppress your system from rejecting the kidney, hopefully. Now, not all the time does it work like that. So the thing is that when you get it, it's not a guarantee that it's going to work 100%. You might have your kidney for 1 year, and might have it for 6 years. It just all depends. So with that being said, back in December when I was diagnosed, I stayed on dialysis from December of 2003 to May of 2009, and I received a kidney transplant. Now, my kidney was from a deceased donor, and what that means is someone who's passed away donated their kidney, and I got that kidney. The thing about deceased donor kidneys is they don't normally last very long. The lifespan of them is totally different than one of someone who's giving you a live donor kidney. So I had it from May of 2009 to April of 2015, and then I went back on dialysis for the second time. Now, the thing about dialysis, it's not meant for you something that you'd be on for years. You really shouldn't be on it for a long time, even though you end up being that way, because there are so many people who need kidney transplants. It's just unimaginable. So since I'm back on dialysis, now I do my own treatments at home. It's called home hemodialysis. So everything that I would normally go into a dialysis center for, I do it myself at home. So I was trained on this process almost 3 or 4 years ago, but I did it in San Diego, and then when I moved to Houston, I had to be retrained by the state here so that they knew I knew exactly what I was doing. So I did that, and I'm doing my own treatments at home, which is much more convenient. I can control my situation around me, my environment, and it's more relaxing. So I'm doing that here at home as well. So with all the things that I've told you, that's what's going on in my life currently. And I'll be happy to share all those things with you. I'm single. I have a daughter. She lives here in Houston as well. Um, I've been single for about 5 years now. And I've been single only because I'm going through so many other things, including the kidney failure. I really just have a very low tolerance for people who are deceitful or untruthful or just have a lot of drama. I just avoid that at all costs. So it's just easier for me this way. But it's not that I don't want a relationship, but it just has to really be the right person because I can't have them bringing stress to me. I've just got so much already to deal with. So, like I said, I'm single, been single 5 years, and I've been handling this most of my life on my own. Even when I was in relationships, I felt like I was all alone doing this on my own because I don't feel like they were supportive in any way. Because I'm a strong person, I don't tend to go to people for help, and I try to handle everything by myself. So, but when you are involved with someone and they see the things you go through, I feel like it's natural for them to say, "How can I help you?" But if they don't say that to you, then that's just something that you don't want to deal with because you're like, "Wow, you didn't even offer to help me. You just watch me go through this stuff, and you can't lend a helping hand, even if it's so far as like, can you go to the store and get um, pick up a medication from me, something like that." But the thing about this whole condition is that it doesn't limit your social life as far as being involved in a relationship. The things it limits the types of foods you can eat, how much fluids you can take, and if you can travel out of the country. Those are the top three. And then the time that you use and you spend doing your treatments would be time like three. For instance, if you go to an end center, some people go from 3 hours to 5 hours for treatment, and it's 3 days a week usually. But at home, when you do it 5 days a week. I do it for 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's nothing. That's nothing out of your life. So I've been doing that, and I prefer it because it allows me to work. When you're going in center, you have a hard time going to work because the hours that they have here in Houston are like banker's hours from like 6:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. Now, to me, that's the most idiotic concept in the world. And I say that because that is basically making your patients become disabled. If you think about that. Now, just because they start at 6:30 doesn't mean you're going to get on a shift that starts at 6:30. You might not go on until 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so even if you say, "Oh, I'm going to work a part-time job," good luck with that because you have to go to dialysis and get treated. And when you go in a center like that, it's very taxing on your body. And sometimes you are just exhausted when you get done because you've had the life force basically drained out of you. So, you know, some people, they get on these particular ones in center and they don't really do too well with it, because like I said, it's 3 days a week as opposed to you doing it 5 days a week or every day. Like your body would normally every day get the toxins out of your system through the process of urination. But when you're on dialysis, you don't have that ability anymore. So the toxins in your body are just sitting there until you go to dialysis. So that's why it's so taxing on your body, because it's not a thing that's happening consistently throughout the day. I'm sorry about that. Move my laptop. Um, so that's one of the things. So with that, so all those things I'm doing there, I'm going to be sharing those with you. I'll share more information about myself in future videos. But right now, this was just a little something to get you started to let you know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try and post at least 2 days a week. Hopefully, I'm thinking Tuesday or Saturday, but it might be a little hectic in the first half of this because I haven't. This is the first video, and depending on how this goes and what I'm going to be talking about on that makes the difference on which days I'm actually going to do it. So hopefully I'm going to get to do it at least 2 days. On a good week, I'll do it 3 days a week or whenever something happens. And I'll be transparent and let you know as much as I possibly can. Now, if there's any questions that you have that you'd like me to answer, please feel free to put them in the comment section down there and I'll be happy to get back to you. Also, if I'm going to put in my description bar a link to if anyone who wants to be an organ donor, and that's for anybody you can donate for. Also, I'll put in there a little link about to tell you a little bit more about dialysis and kidney failure, hopefully, and you can click on that and they give you more information. So I'll put all that there, like I said, and also just to let you know, I have a blog site that I do. Like I told you, I think I've mentioned that, but my blog site, it's posted. I post at least 3 times a week on the blog site. And if you have an interest in that, I'll put that information also in the description bar. With all that being said, I would like to thank you for just taking this time out to watch me and listen to what I'm saying. And hopefully you'll become a subscriber and get more information. And then we'll talk about a lot of other things. And there's really not a limit to what I'm going to be discussing on here. Hopefully we'll have some good times and we'll have a long lifetime on the YouTube and you'll enjoy every bit of it all the way. Like I said, I'm a very positive person, so you won't really get a lot of negative stuff out of me. I try to stay positive because there's so many other things in life you can be down about. Why be down when you can be up? So I just want to say thank you. Make sure you click the subscribe button and make sure you also do the alert so that you can get the alerts and when I get a new video posted. Thank you for tuning in and God bless you. I hope you live your best life. Bye.